And Nick Goodall is considerably taller than people who aren't. Oh, look, I'm just illiterate.
You just have to pull it up. This mic stands broken.
I've had dates like that. So, well, listen, is it me or is it really chilly today? I'm just checking who's in the room. Okay, so I'm going to do you a selection of poems from my analogue collection. This for those of you without cell phones. This is what we used to use in the old days. And this one is written specially for today, and it's an observation about the weather. It's called "The Day My Vans Went Mad." I was ankle deep in molten rubber, my shoes had melted away, my armpits started growing plants and it hadn't reached midday. The day the earth caught fire, the Thames was a cloud of steam, and underfoot the world got mad, my dog was dancing tap. My Solero's just an orange drip, my mango's a brown glove, my funny feet's not made my lips, my 99's a 10, my love. Slip, slap, slop isn't just a dating cry, but a call to all to take good care, a reminder not to fry. The swimming pools are boiling soup, the fountain's just a spray. To cry it's the end of days calls out a fool, but it feels like it today. In years to come we might recall how we used to complain about the cold and wear a jumper and think that was insane. Now all we do is boil and rage, and when we had the chance, if not to stop, at least adapt and enjoy one last dance. The biggest fan's no use at all, the man just blows hot air. All the puff of limp beach balls and all we do is stare. It's all the fault of someone else or maybe just bad luck. Sunspots, diesel, climate change, or at a push Brexit. Okay, anybody a cyclist here? Yeah. I wouldn't admit that yet. So, anybody been on a train with a bunch of cyclists have got on and changed your journey? No, just me then. Okay, so this one's called Lunchbox. A peloton of cyclists, all bikes and extra chains and special pants with suits built in, filled up the high-speed train. They'd hurtled down from London and stopped before the sea. And now we're going home again with curry sauce for tea. Despite their cleats and studs and socks, that ride at times was hell. But that excused the Bee Gees songs and gargling San Miguel. The bants were chips and Strava, camaraderie of men. It might not be a real war zone, but they'll fight there once again. Right. Who's fallen in love? Who's realised that they didn't fall in love? Woo! This is for you. The woo person. Ever fallen in really like with someone? Every Spotify song's about you. Never known such a feeling as this one in the limerence shiny and new. When the learning is oh so heuristic, basic instinct that gnaws at your soul, yet deny that you feel this emotion when there's something that's stuck in your eye. Ever fallen in bed with someone and mistaken an organ for heart, when your senses are each overloaded and you barely prize yourselves apart? When the butterfly soars and then crashes, when the butterfly opens for you, when the butterfly captures the sunshine, when the butterfly settles on you. Ever fallen in love with someone and declared your intentions are true and the future is open and endless, yet you end up just feeling not sure? There is no one. But when someone arrives, eventually, you sigh and lose control of your knees. Ever fallen in love with yourself? Though the rarest sensation of all, if you can, then the promise is endless and the eventual score is love all. That time we had one about death. Ever sat on one of them beaches by the seaside where there's a panel that says Derek, loved by at least the person who paid for the plaque? No? Okay. So I was sitting on one of these benches. I live by the sea. I was sitting on one of these benches and I found one that didn't have a plaque on it. It felt like the Holy Grail. This is called bench, unimaginatively, like a newsreader. Shall we sit on the bench without flowers, lest we catch what they also died of? Shall we look at the same seagull skyline and flick V's at the drone we're above? Shall we speak like there's something to play for, as if anything matters at all, when we know we've already decided and our thoughts are beginning to pall? Shall we look like we're innocent parties, when the action's right here on this seat, and the flowers for the dearly departed are the closest to love we will meet? Yeah, they're all quick, so get used to the short bursts of clapping, because I appreciate the feedback. Right, now, I played in a different guise, a beer festival. Oh dear God, it's the Somme with booze. When you perform in front of 1,500 people who've already had 9 pints, you can both do nothing right and nothing wrong, but you are going to die. So I had a look at these men, principally men, just in that interesting stage of I've got one eye working and it's looking at you, and thought, what's actually going on inside that head? And this is called hic, which is Latin. He's knocking back another pint, it's ugly and an awful sight. He thinks that he will last the night, he won't, that's what his friends know. His jokes are getting louder, hopes his friends have got some powder. Really couldn't be more prouder as his bladder starts to blow. The room is moving round him, another pint down on a whim. The lights inside him getting dim, he won't be going yet though. Oh, just one more, I'll get these all in, mate. No, go on, here's the score, oh, anything but crisp so. He bangs his head and drops his glass, can't find his keys on our autopilot home. Then in his chair, kebab in hair, he didn't pull, was just a dare, I didn't fancy her, no. At 3 a.m, like other men who think that when they're drunk they let the pain go, the little doubts, remembered shouts, the knockabouts, he hates to get this low. So he's knocking back another pint. Guess what this one's about? This is called I Was a Rich Woman's Plaything. Oh yeah, just for legal reasons I have to say none of these are documentaries, and if you recognise yourself in this, you're a sad delusionist fantasist, and none of this ever happened right? Good. I was a rich woman's plaything. I was a rich woman's plaything. At the click of her fingers, I'd come. When she wanted to get my attention, she'd manoeuvre me under her thumb. I was willing to join in the action and would dance for amusement and food, and if given a decent incentive, I could master up passably rude. When tired or distracted by shiny, or the best that the locals could do, with a kiss is how she dismissed me, perhaps more precisely a peck, with the promise of something vague later when I'd healed up the holes in my neck. At the root of our trouble was money, that she had it and I never would, save for pennies on the eyes of the dead ones and a large bribe to rub this one out. Right, dating. If you're honest with yourself and you've dated more than 27 people, you've met each of these types. As I chant this in a sort of like monk-like state, which suggests I've done some mushrooms, which I may or may not have done. See how many of these you recognise. This is called Let Me Introduce You To, and it's about the people you date. Let me introduce you to the unsuitable, the undateable, the unmateable, the try and return, the bargain bin, the night of sin, the too much gin, the no obligation, the new sensation, the toast of the nation. The just like my ex, the one that shouts next, the one that's just sexed. The got away, the one that stayed, the play away. The pick-up line, the party time, the ties that bind, the out of luck, coyote duck, the zipless one. Anybody who gets that reference gets a pint for free. The notch, the crotch, the gave you pox, the bang to rights, the bang all night, the laddered tights. The slept through tears, propelled by beers, egged on by cheers. Acquired through guile, they ran a mile, crocodile smile. Never stay, never say, who's the one who got away? We're on a roll. Just another 4.5 hours of this. Now, there is a thing now about the ridiculous, relentless pursuit of fame as if that matters in the least. But I understand that kids today, they want to be above all else famous. Once upon a time they wanted to be train drivers, football players, I don't know, mass murderers or whatever. But now they just want to be famous. So this is about this. It's called 5 Minutes, which is a reference to Marshall McLuhan, who everybody in the room has just gone, has he got a single out? No. It's called 5 Minutes. It's obvious to him and me, it's famous that you want to be. No great shakes artistically, just pointed at by strangers. Of talent, merit, worthy life, your virtue is not born of strife. Just piggybacked your current wife, a stolen dog in manger. And in the end, you'll get your day and passers-by will point and, hey, he used to be someone, they'll say, but remembered, there's no danger. My intelligence service training is telling me that the applause is thinning now, which suggests you're in a new state of ecstasy. Now, so this is a serious song about the pernicious presence of, dieting's the lazy word, but it's, for me, what I really resent about this is this idea that in some way people try to change themselves to please somebody else, and just how wrong, fundamentally wrong that is. So this is a piece we wrote, I was in a band years ago when I was, under 80, and that's obviously a joke, thanks for not laughing. 80 my arse. Now there's a poet, it's a poem title, 80 my arse. This is called Fill My Stomach with Air. If you really loved me, you'd fill my stomach with air. You'd lock my teeth together in a metal cage and get duct tape in my hair. Then I wouldn't be able to eat and I'd be just the perfect weight for you, my sweet. And you'd love me, or consider loving me. I'd like a big balloon in my stomach that removes the urge to eat. I'd like a thick elastic band to constrain my hunger. I'd like drugs to cosh my hand. I'll happily wear a gag so you'd love me. Please say you'll love me. Right. So, my oldest daughter is at that Great Life event, which is almost turning 30, but more importantly, buying her first home. I remember her when she was just the tiny scrap that slept on the bed next to me at light, and it was truly the happiest time of my life. This is it's a poem about my oldest daughter. So this is for Ella. I look at you, you sometimes smile, is that a cry? I catch my breath, but I appreciate you know that I am here, and that's what makes us happy. I look at you when you're asleep and often wonder why so deep. Should I spend all my time over you, or should I leave you? Would you be better then? Could you grow stronger if I didn't watch your every move, each tiny twitch and little noise that reached for me and stare up at the ceiling? I look at you all through the night, and in the day I wonder if I might ever understand you. And what you're feeling when you start to cry or crack a smile and try to speak, begin to look so intently, I know that you are feeling. I look at you most every day, even if it is a paper version of your pretty face, your little eyes. Two, maybe three more. This one's got, does anybody like dogs? Yeah. Hey! How many uses of the word dog do you get into conversation? Not that many. I've got a dog. That's it. But dog occurs so much in this fabulous language, this diverse idiolect we have. So this, at high speed, is the use of the word dog more times than you can count. Please count them and show me you really need to get out more often. Okay. The dirty dog is on the phone, the dog and bone, to give his dog a moan. It's dog eat dog, need dog a banker, 3 dogs nights, the dog life's yanked. Burned in digital on-screen graphic. Dogging, you're seeing a man about a dog while we went to the dogs in the dog days of summer and left a lap dog with an all-round dog's dinner. That morning after dog's breakfast, when the dog tired choose to eat up the sick, a dog leg reveals no more than a dog end of doggerel about a dog with 2 dicks. I say, yeah! And we began with a new one, specially for today. This one is specially for today as well. This one is called Pork Pie Pennie. And it's a love song to Ian Dury. That probably sounded wrong. Anyway, Pork Pie Pennie. I should have a trigger warning there for anybody who doesn't eat pork, but, you know, we're past it now. Okay, Pork Pie Pennie. Let me tell you about Pork Pie Pennie. She's a girl who likes her meat, but insists that these are her salad days and the pastry's just a treat. Some people think that she's quite mad. They say she's way past barking. They're right, she comes from Upminster, her sense of humour, larking. Somebody's got a tune back. Anyway, right. It's not all go for Pork Pie Pennie. Sometimes she's soporific. It doesn't matter. She'll wake up and return to being terrific. After 4 coffees, Pork Pie Pennie is everybody's tonic. But it must be said that her laughs are snorts. So that pork pie is quite ironic. And finally, you know, when we are gathered together, it is, at one level, a religious experience. Yet I know we're all atheists, or agnostics, or diverse, or just individual. So I'd like to finish my micro set today with a prayer. In all sincerity, I'd like us all to gather together and think about what we have in common. And also, it's a bit of nostalgia, because just a couple of years ago we were all bound together by something we don't talk about now. But it was there, and it may return. So I've stolen quite a famous prayer and adapted it to remind us of what we all shared. So I'd like you to gather with me now and reflect on the New Order prayer. Our future, which art in lockdown, stay at home be thy name. Sky Plus will be done on Zoom as it is on Amazon. Give us this day our Waitrose slot and forgive us sunbathing as we shall tut at those not wearing face masks offend us. And lead us not into hoarding, but deliver us from news conferences. For thine is the clapping, decluttering, home haircuts, forever and ever, Netflix. Thank you very much, everybody. Listen, it's been lovely being here. I just have to say, there is no book and never will be one. Keep poetry live, read out words, and if you're thinking of writing poems, it's a piece of piss. I just did this afternoon. So thanks ever so much. Enjoy the rest of it and drink heavily. It makes it all sound better when you look at it later on. You're very, very welcome. Thank you ever so much.
So there was one of them where you said like the one eye not working and the kebab in the hair. That is me.
Hey, this is the man with the kebab in his hair.
And I'm also blind in one eye, so it's like the perfect.
My word! Listen, mate. I'm gonna. You know what? Here we go. Wait, no, I'm gonna. Let me give it to you.
Can I?
No, wait. Anybody got a pen? Anybody got a pen? Give me a pen. I'm going to sign it. Give it to you. And what? Thank you so much. What's your name?
James.
James.
One more time for Nick Goodall. That is so unfortunately. That is it from us at the Brewery Market.
This is
James.
Thank you so
You're
much.
You're so welcome.
Today. One big cheer for everyone. Nick, thank you so much, man.
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, amazing. All right, thank you so much, everybody, and have an amazing rest of your day. There's a bunch of acts on, a bunch of stages. There's still so much more to enjoy. I think they have some jazz. It's all going on. So take care, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Well done for organising.